Hello everybody, it's Sephiroth4 for the weekly update. Um, Not much to talk about this week really. I want to thank you guys for your for the kind comments on last Sunday's video. I also want to, I guess, just thank you for helping me keep the memory of Mike alive, because that's really my goal here. Make sure he's not forgotten type of thing. But also thank you for being patient with Harvest Moon. I'm not making it like a main Let's Play in terms of me, 5 days a week type of thing, because I think that if I were to do that, I would get burnt out on the game, or I would go too fast, and then John and Hooli wouldn't be able to yell at me enough. So we're gonna try to keep it on a three day a week schedule. Also going forward, because next week is my 6-year Let's Playing anniversary. Yeah, which is crazy. And that means new Let's Plays are starting. I always like starting a new main Let's Play around the beginning of April, which is when I started Let's Playing in 2011. So, yeah, 2011, guys. So, expect to see trailers. It's exciting. I know what games I'm playing. I decided one is going to be an RPG, and one is not. One is going to be something that you guys should come to expect on this channel already. So yay! I'm excited. I just need to wait for equipment to come in to actually play one of the games, because controllers are broken. It's great. Anyway, I'm being vague on purpose. Isn't that wonderful? Don't you hate that? Don't you just hate that? I need to lower the that's not really helping. It's more of the window, but okay. Yeah, so new Let's Plays are starting next week, though. Main and side Let's Play. And those are going to be taking up the regular time slots. I would say Harvest Moon would probably take up like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the morning, afternoon, like 12 p.m. time. I might move it around. I might make it a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or something like that, or just upload it randomly all around the week, depending on what I can do. This past week, I had John, Mr. Waterwraith, as a co-com on an episode. I also recorded an episode with Secret Fairy, but I screwed it up and had to re-render it, and I didn't have time to put it back, so I'm going to be uploading that as tomorrow's video. Also, next Saturday is April 1st. So there's going to be a video. If you guys remember my videos from the last 2 years, last year was Fatty Bear's birthday surprise Let's Play. The surprise hit Let's Play that 20 people watched that I thought was hilarious. And the previous year, which I'm still not able to top, was My Wii Sims Music Kingdom, which was a mashup of My Sims Kingdom and Wii Music. And I rewatched that recently. I was laughing my head off. I don't know if you guys found it funny, but I enjoy my own work, which is good in my opinion. It's bad if a Let's Player doesn't enjoy their own work, because then they don't get a drive to record, and I like recording because I think that I'm funny. Whether I'm actually funny or not doesn't matter, because I am subjectively funny. If you'll excuse me, I need a tissue. I have this thing, whenever I talk fast, my nose starts running. Like every single time. Just always. I don't know why. So that's why I blow my nose a lot in the weekly updates. Professional! As you can see, I've been getting my strength back. Definitely very different than I was a month ago, or a week ago, or 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago. I don't need a space heater in my room anymore. I can finally tolerate the cold again, and it's so nice. If you guys don't know, Dovey is mostly a cold-blooded creature. Or maybe I'm very warm-blooded, which is why I can tolerate the cold. I don't know. Maybe cold-blooded would be bad, because then I wouldn't move as much in the cold, but I don't move as much in general. What I'm trying to say is Dovey's ideal temperature is between, like, 50 and 70 degrees. And, like, above 70, it already starts getting too hot, and below that, I have to put on a sweater. But then once it gets, like, below freezing, then, then I start saying, okay, well, maybe I'll wrap myself in a blanket too or something. But yeah, Dovey likes the cold. So having an inability to tolerate cold has really bummed him out over the past month and a half already. So now the only thing that's left is the outside of my hands, actually my hands in general, still can't tolerate cold water. So I just have to warm it up before, like, washing my hands and stuff, but that's less of a problem than just my arms and body being cold. I'm warm again, and it's nice. It's done wonders for my mental health, because I could keep my window open. It's not open right now because it's been open all night, and it's humid outside, and it's been rainy and stuff, and bleh. But I've been able to keep my window open again, and I'm wearing short sleeves. My room is probably about 55 degrees right now. It's like chilly, but I like it. It's not good for sinus stuff, but I like it. I'll make sure to keep the room warm when I'm ready to record, guys, don't worry. But yeah, so that's the Let's Play plans and health things and stuff like that. So yeah, I've been doing better, which is good. Tomorrow is going to be an important day. Tomorrow I'm going to be meeting with my oncologist, the doctor that's been working with me all this time, and the hospital's surgeon. The surgeon that's done a few things on me with the IV port and stuff like that. Very nice guy. And I'm going to be meeting with them to talk about the possibility of surgery of removing the tumors. It's not definite, it's not set in stone, there's no date yet, which is what we're going to be hopefully talking about tomorrow, just, pluses and minuses. But, excuse me, talking too fast for my own breath. But my doctor usually doesn't mention things unless that's where he thinks we're going to go next, and surgery is not something that we have been able to talk about for a while. In order to remove anything, you have to be sure that it's either dead or dying to a point where the surgery won't make it grow, because cancer, if you leave cells, and especially if you expose them to open environment after they've been enclosed in their own dead tissue and things like that, then they can sometimes sprout right back up. So my doctor hopefully thinks that we're at a point where they can open me up and remove the primary and a whole load of secondary tumor, which is really cool. Like I said, even last year or earlier this year when we were discussing the immunotherapy, that was not on the radar. So now that the immunotherapy failed, we're thinking, hey, and the possibilities after that, depending on how well it goes, because they want to remove my adrenal gland, which is surrounded by a tumor right now. And you can live without your adrenal gland, which is nice, or one of your adrenal gland. I don't know, there's several. The others compensate. Your body compensates for that. It's one of those things that your body can compensate for, like a kidney, or thank God it's not as bad as losing a kidney. But I also have a large mass in and around my hip bone, amongst a few other places. So they obviously aren't going to be removing my hip, thank God, but they're going to try to scrape off as much on the outside as possible. Depending on how well that goes, it's going to shape A, the amount of time it takes me to recover, and B, the future treatment, because the less I have in my body, the less they're going to need to do in general. Like, I might be able to just go on lighter medicine that will just keep whatever it is dead, because they'll also be able to take a look at how dead the tissue is, because they're actually going to be removing large chunks as opposed to biopsies. Presumably. Like I said, none of this has been actually planned on our end. We have to talk with both of them. But the hope is that we remove enough that we get a look at how well all of the treatment is done so far, outside of just scans and things, but actually being able to look at the masses, and we'll be able to determine, genetic makeup of the tumors in case I do need further treatment of any sort. They'll be able to make it more targeted, things like that, which is gene targeted cancer treatment is growing in leaps and bounds over the past just 2 or 3 years. The science of that has been that's becoming one of the more primary focuses, because it's less invasive on the rest of the body, unlike regular chemo. So it's cool stuff. The science of cancer research has been growing exponentially, and just in the past few years. It's very hopeful for people who are just, unfortunately getting their diagnoses and things like that. But it's very interesting being on the inside of that. But yeah, that's all provisional. So the possibility in the future of being on a lighter medicine, being on a more targeted medicine, being on observation, which isn't not on medicine, just seeing if it's just gonna stay dead, which would be really cool. But yeah, so next week we'll have much to talk about, hopefully. The surgery would be in probably early May, and I would be recovering for a while. So my hope is that if we do plan it out, I'm going to spend the time that I can in April that isn't Passover recording the hell out of things, and just making sure that consistency takes place, because I want to do that. And yeah, so that's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Life is always this interesting road. Just based on I don't want to get into it, I guess, for the more squeamish of you, but it's going to be going through the abdomen as opposed to my back. But I had surgery major surgery in the past, so I kind of know how the recovery goes. I honestly think this is going to be easier for me in some ways, but not in others, because there's just various intricacies, which is once again why we're going to be talking to the surgeon about it way beforehand. But yeah, so I've been getting better from where I was in February. I don't know what it is with me in Februaries, but we just don't mix. Anything else happened last week? Blizzard announced StarCraft Remastered, which looks really nice, and I'm probably going to buy it because I just buy these things. I bought the old StarCraft and Brood Wars from them, but it doesn't run in a window. It goes to the full screen like the game usually does, so it's hard to stream or record or do anything multitasky with it. So I stopped playing after a little while. I'm hoping that the remastered version is more obviously compatible with current systems, and it uses a window like all their other programs. Let's see, Radiant Historia 3DS remake was announced with a whole bunch of cool stuff. So that's nice. It's nice to see that get a little love. Anything else? There was something else that was announced. I don't remember, though. I don't know. But yeah. So, look forward to more Harvest Moon this week. Look forward to a video at the end of the week for April 1st. And next week, look forward to trailers and the start of Let's Plays. You guys are gonna like it. It's a classic, at least classic in my opinion, RPG that not too many people have Let's Played, which is what I usually try to go for. With my RPGs, I mean, it kind of goes back and forth, because when I Let's Played my first Let's Play, Superstar Saga, nobody had done that at that time. And then, like, right after, like, maybe a year after I finished it, that's when everyone started getting into Superstar Saga, which is good, because it's a good game. Other games like Final Fantasy VII, a lot of people have Let's Play, but Crisis Core, people haven't. Paper Mario, people have Let's Played, but, I don't know, Breath of Death 7 I don't see a lot of, let's say. Yes, I did Let's Play Breath of Death 7. You should go watch. It's fun. But yeah, so that's going to do it for the weekly update. I'm not going to let it drag on too long. Thank you all very much for your support, for watching, for everything. What's today? Today's the 26th. So between tomorrow and like 3 days, Maker's going to be firing me because they're firing a lot of people. So yay! I'm going to look for a new network. Because I don't trust my channel to not be screwed over by AdSense. I want the royalty-free musicals. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.